Hello everyone and welcome back. I thought today I would share my top 4 reasons why I think container gardening is easier than gardening in the soil. Why does it make it easier? What are my 4 reasons why it's easier? That way you guys have a little bit of insight. If you're thinking of gardening and you think, oh, container gardening, is that the way to go? What way should I go? I'm going to give you my 4 reasons why I think container gardening is the easier way of controlling your crop. Let's dive in. We're going to dive into reason number 1. If you notice your plants are turning yellow, they're not looking 100%, the leaves are kind of diseased looking. When they're in the soil, it's kind of hard to control the nutrients within that soil. But when it's in a container, you can add the nutrients as needed to that plant. So when you notice your plants are looking yellow and probably need an additional nutrient boost, you can add your worm castings or your extra nutrients. The organic is what I use, blood meal, all that stuff. It can get added into the soil of that pot and that pot only. You're controlling the amount that goes in there and which plants are getting it. So that's my number 1 reason. You can add the nutrients easily to a plant that needs it. Reason number 2, as I said earlier in the year, my habanero plants just weren't producing. They were staying very small and minute. As you can see now, we're getting some peppers. You can move them if they need more sun, less sun, whatever it may be. If you planted them in a spot and you thought this is a great spot and then you realize that it just doesn't get the sunlight it needs, if it's in a pot, you just pick it up and you move it. If it's in the ground, that's where it's going to stay. So you can adjust the amount of sunlight that it is getting when it's in a pot. So that's number 2. Number 3, there's the ability to adjust how much water your plant is getting. If you notice, like this guy, they're getting a little bit dry, you add the water as needed. So there's no chance of overwatering or underwatering when they're in the pots. Some plants like a lot of water, some plants don't like a lot of water. So being able to put the amount of water that that plant enjoys reduces the over and the underwatering issues of your plant. And my 4th reason, we all hate doing the weeding. We all hate de-weeding plants. It is so much easier when it's just in a pot to de-weed that pot as compared to de-weeding all the ground. This takes a couple minutes to get all these weeds out and you're done. So it's just a lot faster, a lot easier to de-weed when it's in a pot. It saves time, it saves energy, and that's just an awesome thing. No one has a ton of time. So to be able to decrease the amount of time you're putting into your plants just because you don't have to do as much work, it saves you that time. And I will give you a bonus reason. The bonus reason being you won't overcrowd your plants. They have plenty of room to grow because they're in their own space. So like tomatoes, you're not going to have a massively bushy plant because they're overcrowded. They're going to grow accordingly. Look how beautiful that one is. Lots of tomatoes. But those are my reasons why I like container gardening over planting in the ground. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned a little bit. And we'll catch you on the next one.